To the dreamers, the doers, the cultivators, and the storytellers. To the teachers, the builders, to those just getting started, and those who've accomplished so much. To today's leaders and the next generation. To all the communities we serve, we believe that together we can make things better for all.
Retirement is a journey to be enjoyed over time, not a destination. We'll help you plan for your unique journey on this edition of Project Wealth.
Project Wealth, sponsored by Rogers & Associates.
Turning retirement goals into reality takes planning and dedication. You will need to make important decisions during the phases leading up to your retirement journey. We call these phases Agile.
Agile stands for the 5 phases of retirement, starting with A, which is 10 years from retirement, and taking you all the way through E, which is when you embrace family and legacy.
Each of the 5 phases presents unique planning opportunities and pitfalls. It takes knowledge, skill, experience, and discipline to navigate these phases. A retirement expert can guide you through the journey. For information about developing an agile retirement, go to rogers-associates.com or call 717-560-3800.
Our country has changed this year. Our community has changed.
Some of those new cases are in the Susquehanna.
Each of us has changed. In crisis, people are brought together. As the first positive cases of COVID-19 made their way to Lancaster in March of 2020, our community's anxiety ramped up. But it was so inspiring to watch how our community chose to rally together in those early days. It reminds us of how powerful collective effort is. We zeroed in on our mission, on how we could specifically contribute. And that was to help entrepreneurs continue to build a vibrant and sustainable community.
We really felt the burden of our entrepreneurs who are watching their dreams and life work disintegrate right before their eyes. It was really heavy for us. However, our team put in long hours talking with our small business owners to assess and develop creative new solutions for their needs. It was important to us and not to add to the chaos and confusion that was surrounding us, and to meet the expressed needs of our businesses. So we got to work on our contributions to the collective solution.
Our team pivoted quickly and began discussions with Community First Fund and the City of Lancaster on an emergency fund. Weeks after COVID hit, and months before other grant funding was available, we announced the Lancaster City Small Business Emergency Fund to provide emergency relief to small businesses struggling under the financial impact of COVID-19. We focused especially on vulnerable businesses owned by people of color and women who are disproportionately being negatively impacted. Local funders and generous donors joined our effort, and the Lancaster Emergency Fund launched on April 29, 2020, with $1.25 million available in highly flexible, low-interest loans, and approximately $250,000 available in grants. We were overwhelmed by the need, but we stayed focused, and we quickly distributed financial support to 143 Lancaster City businesses.
Assets single-handedly saved our business during the pandemic by moving much quicker than the government did. When COVID hit, we really didn't know what to do. And then luckily, Assets reached out to us, offering us an emergency loan. We didn't have to even look for it. Assets came to us. Then, in September of 2020, there was a fire in the apartment unit above our kitchen, which destroyed our restaurant. Let's just say it's been a pretty tough year. But luckily, our insurance policy will help us land on our feet again soon. Thank you, Assets, from the bottom of our heart. You learn to meet entrepreneurs wherever they are in their journey. You encourage them, you lift them up, and you connect them with other great entrepreneurs and customers in the area, and then you push them forward with great positivity and motivation to do bigger and better things.
Demand for asset services more than tripled this past year. That's wild.
ellos o ustedes pueden aplicar a partir del 10 de abril, o sea, a partir del viernes.
Que luchan bajo el impacto financiero de COVID-19.
We begin to see the need for a whole new economy in our community. So for us, a whole new economy is a vision for a whole economy. And a whole economy is one in which every person thrives, where there is prosperity for all, where people and businesses of all backgrounds are equally represented in the success of our community. So this whole new economy, it's necessary to envision it, then it's necessary to prepare for it, and then it's necessary to create it. So we did. We were fully focused on our COVID response. Then, the murder of George Floyd on May 25th, 2020 prompted protests around the world. I am a white woman, leading an organization designed specifically to provide support to disadvantaged entrepreneurs and to promote ethical business in our community. I know my team and I must always be humble learners and good listeners. We believe in transforming communities through inclusive entrepreneurship and ethical business. This has long been our work, but as demonstrations sprouted up all over our country, our staff spent intentional time together, processing and recommitting to increasing our efforts. Assets intentionally designs all of our services to support communities of color. But with our community's awakened responsibilities, Assets dug in even more.
There's a fire station by my house. Sometimes, the fire trucks drive through the quiet streets of my neighborhood. Firefighters wave at passersby. Sirens off, and quiet as a mouse. Their bravery hidden through a smile. All for the greater good. When there is no emergency, peace lingers through the roads. We find comfort in the silence. For silence means there's nothing to be owed. But after a while, the silence stops. Bring in the sirens. There is an emergency and everybody knows. Move out of the way. It's time to take action. Peace is no longer and danger is exposed. Cars stop at the intersection. A subconscious reaction. Traffic rules become overruled by the need of rescue. Let's shift perceptions. Look at it from this view. Society shifts as lives are at stake. Society shifts as hearts begin to break. Society shifts as our communities ache. Recognize the void. Recognize this fire. Recognize what's being destroyed. Recognize our Black brothers and sisters. And rest in peace, George Floyd.
We still have a lot of work to do. So as we see signs of the economy opening back up this year, we're moving ahead with fierce hope and intentional action. Assets is ramping up our work to help companies with their diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. Every business has a part to play. And we're gearing up for our move back to the newly renovated Southern Market. In addition to the Assets offices, this revitalized and innovative space will house a food hall, a retail space, and community event center. A welcoming space designed for diverse entrepreneurs and inclusive businesses to come together. Assets is excited to launch our first industry-specific program, a brand new food incubator, helping food-based businesses grow successfully and connect with the many food providers and producers already in our community.
2020 has forced Assets to pivot in so many ways, including changing our plans for the great social enterprise pitch. We wrestled with the optics of encouraging new businesses to start when so many of our beloved small businesses were having to close their doors. But out of these crazy times, amazing entrepreneurs and ideas continued to emerge. So we pivoted our curriculum to guide them on how to launch and grow in a post-COVID world and decided, you know what? We have to keep moving forward. Our community needs these businesses.
For many of the entrepreneurs you will see tonight, the path to the great social enterprise pitch began over a year ago. That process, of course, began with great business ideas. Each entrepreneur participated in Asset's 10-week Idea Incubator class to get their business models in tip-top shape before applying for the pitch. 10 fantastic entrepreneurs were selected to join the 2021 virtual pitch cohort. Then, our top 10 worked with the Assets team to craft a clear and compelling business story. Halfway through the process, we selected the outstanding final 5 that you will hear tonight. This is their chance to be Lancaster's newest innovative business idea. Using business as a force for good has always been our mission, our sweet spot. We are committed to harnessing the full power of our existing resources, but also to developing creative new solutions to help our entrepreneurs not only weather the storms, but to continue to innovate in the midst of them.
The Great Social Enterprise Pitch is back. We're so excited to be gathered together, even though it is virtual this evening. This has always been my favorite night of the year, and this year is no exception. While the format of this event is different, the excitement of the event is not. Last year was a hard year for all of us, but these entrepreneurs that you'll see this evening have used those challenges to create amazing business ideas to help our community. Their entrepreneurial spirits have stayed strong despite the setbacks of 2020, and we are proud to be showcasing these great events tonight. So, welcome to the first, and hopefully only, virtual Great Social Enterprise Pitch. I'm Tina Campbell, the CEO at Assets, and this is Melissa Baez, our Chief Program Officer. We're excited to have over 300 people joining us to watch this event this evening.
This event focuses on social enterprises that are being created specifically to solve a community problem through their business model. These are the cream of the crop, the types of businesses that we all want to see succeed because they not only generate income for our local owners and employees, but they provide innovative solutions to long-standing problems.
At Assets, we believe that both inclusive entrepreneurship and ethical business are needed to transform our community. Business ownership must reflect the diversity of our community in order for economic growth to be equitable. And we operate under the fundamental belief that all businesses can and should focus on the triple bottom line. Profit, of course, because the business must survive, but also people and planet.
So why do we think this is so important? The unemployment rate before COVID in Lancaster County was 2.5%, while the city poverty rate was 26%. The poverty rate has actually gotten better in the past years. However, it still proves a need for more sustainable jobs for our neighbors. Also, Lancaster County has some of the richest farmland in the nation, yet almost 50% of the year, our air quality just isn't good. So what is the solution to this? We believe that we need to harness the power of business to alleviate poverty and build vibrant and sustainable communities.
In addition to the Great Social Enterprise Pitch, Assets offers programming in 3 different areas: entrepreneurial training for startup and existing businesses, community lending offering business financing and financial counseling, and impact consulting, designed to help established businesses grow their impact as their business grows.
And we have our own social enterprise. Lancaster works as Assets Social Enterprise Employment Agency and Certified B Corp. It is designed to connect people who have barriers to employment to stable jobs. We work hard to provide services for the employees to overcome those barriers they face. All of this work is done by the amazing Assets team with a 13-member board and a 19-member staff. We are changing the way business is done to build an economy where everyone can prosper.
So what's the results of the work of this great team? Well, this past year has been very different, to say the least. But it has also confirmed that the mission of Assets is needed now more than ever. As you saw in the video, in the past year, we provided over 2,000 hours and counting in direct one-on-one business mentorship. That's almost triple from previous years. We have created an entirely new lineup of programming to help businesses sustain during the pandemic and to come out of the pandemic as strong as possible. And we have enhanced our online business directory to challenge local consumers to not only support local businesses during this time, but to intentionally seek out local businesses owned by people of color.
And specifically for the social enterprise pitch, in the last 6 years, we've seen 82% of the businesses launch and have created over 190 jobs. Over $1.2 million have been given in direct prize money, pro bono services, crowdfunding, and financial investment. These results are directly affecting our community, bringing more economic stability to people who need it.
So before we get too much further into our evening, we want to thank a few people who make this possible. First, Rogers & Associates, Rick and Jesse Rogers. We could not have done this event without their support. They're committed to our community and to building successful entrepreneurs. And they don't just support the entrepreneurs through their sponsorship of assets. They also walk with many of these entrepreneurs throughout their journey. Many of the past winners have expressed their gratitude for all that Jesse and Rick have done for them over the years. So thank you, Rick and Jesse.
The Lancaster County Community Foundation co-founded the social enterprise with us years ago. We partnered in the teaching of the curriculum, leading the logistics of the finale event, and in many hours spent with the entrepreneurs themselves. Though our team is now big enough to provide the training needed for the pitch, the Community Foundation continues to be very involved, even hand-delivering some of your watch boxes to you this year.
So if we're going to talk about pivoting business models during COVID, Shoemaker can be used as a case study. Despite all of the challenges with live events this year, they have once again supported us in the pitch and created an amazing virtual event with lots of new logistics this year. Thank you to Shoemaker for your support of this work year after year and for all that you do behind the scenes.
And speaking of new logistics for our virtual event, we are so grateful to M&T Bank for sponsoring our watch boxes this year. We're excited to be able to showcase some of our amazing assets clients and local entrepreneurs in these boxes as a way for many of you to enjoy a virtual event with physical products. Thank you, M&T, for your support to make this possible. And thank you to all who purchased a watch box. You directly supported local businesses and assets by doing that. We're also grateful for Ada Media this year and all that they have contributed in the extra videos needed to make this event happen. They have spent countless of hours with our participants and with our staff to show our stories through video, both tonight and leading up to the evening.
In addition to these 5 sponsors, we have over 30 other sponsors who make this evening and our trainings for our pitch participants possible. Thank you to all of you, all of those listed here, for helping to transform our community through business. But wait, there's still more. So in addition to the support that Assets receives to train pitch participants at a greatly subsidized rate, the entrepreneurs will be receiving over $50,000 in cash and pro bono support this evening. This includes generous pro bono support from local companies like Connective, Good3, and McConley and Asbury. This cash and pro bono support goes directly to our finalists, in addition to all of the generous support for their training. Thank you to the organizations listed here for that support as well. Isn't that an amazing amount of supporters? We are so honored and grateful for this very generous support from our community. And we also want to ensure that Assets' innovative resources will be available for future entrepreneurs, maybe even some of you who are inspired by tonight. Demand for Assets services has increased by over 300% this year. So, throughout the night, you can support Assets as we continue our mission of transforming the community through inclusive and ethical business. And you can help us meet these increased needs. Text keyword donate to assets to 844-598-0006 anytime throughout the night. Let's take a minute now and watch the donation thermometer rise. Thank you so much for your support. So again, donate to Assets to 844-598-0006. It will walk you through a series of quick questions, and then it will provide you a link for you to donate. Thank you again.
So before we get the main event started, here's how the night is going to go. In just a few minutes, we will introduce you to the judges and the pitch participants. You will get to hear each of the 5-minute pitches, and then you'll have time to vote your own favorite after they're all done. The audience favorite will receive $500 tonight in addition to all these other fabulous prizes. Tonight's grand prize winner will receive $7,500 in cash plus an amazing pro bono package comprised of accounting, marketing, legal services to help them create a strong business foundation. And as Tina mentioned, you can text to give at any point throughout the evening to support the work of assets, so we can keep doing this important work. Finally, we'll announce the winners and celebrate with them the rest of the evening. Now, before we go any further, let's just take a second to recognize the efforts of our finalists. The final 5, Lennon, Elizabeth, Hawa, Sally, and Chelsea, they're doing something that is so hard. They're standing on this stage under these bright lights, pitching their life's dream to the camera, hoping that on the other side of that lens is a whole community of people rooting them on. For most of them, this night is the culmination of years of work. They're nervous, as many of us would be. So given this reality, your role as a virtual audience member is vitally important. For those of you who purchased a watch box and are hosting watch parties, play the Final 5 board game and see if you can predict the winner. Blow your horn, make some noise after each pitch, and everyone take videos, pictures of your watch party and post them using the hashtag listed on the screen. We'll reshare and post and keep the party going all night long.
So tonight, thankfully, Melissa and I do not need to make the decision about which of these great business ideas will take home the top prize. We've asked 5 amazing community leaders to do that for us instead. So our judges for the evening are Jeremy Feekins, the 2019 pitch winner, Champagne Domingo, Mayor Dadine Sirachi, Johanny Cepeda, and Jamie Arroyo. The judges will want to hear how each of the Final 5's businesses will focus on the triple bottom line: people, planet, and profit. They will also focus on 3 main areas, including the overall business model, the social and/or environmental impact in our local community, and the financial sustainability.
Many of you will leave here tonight seriously inspired and thinking, I think I have a social enterprise idea that might work. If so, we run our idea incubator twice a year, in the fall and in the spring. This class is a prerequisite to apply for the pitch, so apply for Asset's 10-week idea incubator to sharpen your idea so you can compete for the September 16th, 2022 pitch. Applications open mid-August and the class runs in the fall. So text keyword idea incubator to 844-598-0006 to receive updates on the idea incubator. This information is also listed in the digital event program. You don't want to miss your chance to be Lancaster's newest innovative idea.
And now, let the show begin.
Good luck, Lennon!
Good luck, Lennon!
Hi, my name is Lennon, and I'm the founder and CEO of Funda Books. Growing up in Zimbabwe, sharing books with as many as 10 or even 20 other students was an everyday reality. But even in countries as wealthy as America, they are vast book deserts. One study showed that in low-income neighborhoods in the United States, there is only one age-appropriate book for every 300 children. So whether in Zimbabwe or in America, schools in low-income communities do not have enough books for everyone who needs them. And the root of the problem lies in this. Every time that you take out a physical book from the library, no one else can read that book until you return it. But what if you don't? What if it gets lost, stolen, or damaged? Then that book is gone forever and may well never be possible to replace. Now imagine that instead of just having physical books, your school library also had e-books. Now they can be lost, stolen, or damaged. And even better still, many people can read the same book at the same time without ever setting foot in their library. What I'm saying is this: e-books are the game changer that I needed when I was growing up, and that millions of children in low-income communities throughout the world still need today. And this is why I created Fundo Books. I provide schools and other educational institutions with the technology that they need to be able to provide e-books to their communities. This software is called Koha, an affordable open source library management software that can be accessed online using a phone, tablet, or computer. Using Koha, school libraries can easily provide access to digital resources that their students can read at any time from anywhere. But it is not only the community that benefits, it is also the institutions themselves. Koha also helps librarians to organize their physical books more effectively and to work faster and easier by automating their routine tasks. To get started, all that a school needs to do is to visit fundobooks.com, create an account, and start their free 30-day trial. The entire process only takes 2 minutes. They can choose from one of 4 yearly subscription packages, starting from $999 per year, depending on the size of their library. I also provide training for their library staff and data migration services. A school would typically keep the same library software for at least 10 years before they consider alternatives. This means that for each new client that I get, they generate $25,000 of revenue or more over the lifetime of their contract. The global library industry is worth $2.6 billion per year, and there are over 2 million educational institutions in low-income communities throughout the world. 100,000 of these have internet access, creating an easily accessible market valued at $200 million per year. I have 3 main competitors, but Fundo Books has the distinct advantage of being the only platform where you can install Koha online in 3 easy steps and in less than 2 minutes. I anticipate that in the first year, I'll be generating $1.5 million in revenue and $180,000 in net profit. My break-even point is $300,000 in revenue, and I expect to be serving 680 libraries by the end of those first 12 months. I'm already serving 7 such institutions, including 2 schools, 3 colleges, and 2 church libraries that provided a total of $20,000 in combined revenue in their first year and continue to generate $4,000 in recurring revenue every year thereafter. By the end of year 2, Fundo Books will be serving over 6,000 libraries in 5 key markets: Zimbabwe, South Africa, Nigeria, India, and the United States. And I expect that by year 3, Fundo Books will have a total market share of over 30% in those regions. The success of Fundo Books lies in core expertise, 11 years worth of experience working with libraries, and the entrepreneurial ability to found 3 other startups, including preachingclub.com. I'm currently working as the full chief everything officer of Fundo Books, but when I reach 50 clients as a milestone, I plan on adding at least 6 other employees to my team. Fundo Books exists in order to ensure that every person in the world has access to the books that they need in order to succeed. Please join me in this mission as I turn book deserts in low-income communities throughout the world into oases of knowledge. Thank you for listening.
Elizabeth, I can't believe it. You're finally here. You worked so hard to get here. You're incredible. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see you and Eden make it to the top. Good luck. We're cheering for you.
Think of a space that you hate. Maybe it's that the lighting gives you a headache or the air is stale. I can fix it. I am Elizabeth Byler, founder and creative image director of Eden Environments. I turned this outdated and uninspiring lobby into this vibrant first impression by bringing in their brand colors, adding plants, and sourcing locally. This process revolutionized the way that I design. I have always been sensitive to how our built environment impacts our body, mind, and behavior. Research shows that 4 out of 10 employees are satisfied with the comfort of their workspace, less than half. Our workspaces have been designed often at the cost of human well-being. My degree in healthcare administration gives me the lens to see the neglect of our buildings as a public health problem. As we address this problem, we need to keep in mind the connected environmental considerations. Over 9 million tons of office furniture is wasted annually. Where we work and why we work are all shifting in the upset of COVID-19. In this climate of change, we have the opportunity to weave a new world. Over the past year and a half, I have developed a human-centric design strategy that promotes mental well-being, sustainability, and inclusivity. This creates a timely solution for 4 target markets: businesses hoping to attract and retain employees, health and wellness centers that are community-facing, people working from home, and other building and construction professionals. To best support Lancaster's thriving Business for Good community, Eden Environments is committed to creating healthy and hospitable spaces where people flourish through sustainable design practices. Sustainable design specializes in creating lasting impact that considers people, the earth, and the economy. Nature-inspired design gives us a fighting chance to achieve mental wellness. My experience in marketing helps me bring your mission and vision to life, effectively enhancing business potential through decor. Intentionally creating workspaces that promote the health and comfort of occupants improves the employer's bottom line through increased productivity, lower healthcare and energy costs, and lower employee turnover. As a person who holds multiple marginalized identities, I believe that people leading design for the built environment should reflect the diversity of the people who occupy the space. My lived experience of daring to thrive in environments not built for me drives me to create spaces that are better for everyone. Sustainability and design are at the core of who I am, and I cannot imagine doing anything else. Eden Environments will generate leads through a strong multi-level platform. This includes a user-friendly website, blog, and social media. Our offerings are delivered through hourly consulting and project management. The customization of fees allows me to offer solutions for any budget. In year 1, I'm estimating a split of 45% consulting hours and 55% project fees from the 4 target markets. In year 1, my profit margin is 62%. By the end of year 3, I'm hoping to increase that to 76%, translating to a revenue of $423,000. This increase in revenue comes from lean operations, increased leads, and hiring 3 new team members. Working primarily in pre-existing commercial spaces increases impact and shortens project timelines. This design strategy can be applied to any space, like schools and restaurants. I see the expansion opportunities as limitless. And what these numbers can't show you is my level of determination and resilience to achieve my goals. This feedback from a past client highlights my ability to stay in budget, maximize resources, and create creative resolutions. Sustainability and interior design really are a movement. They require cooperation and collaboration, and I'm thrilled to be connected with Arneson Knoll Interiors and GCI Design to create spaces where we can all belong. To improve your well-being today, try adding a plant to your workspace. I want you to have the optimal experience, even on a Monday.
Howard, good luck. We're rooting for you.
Hey, Howard, good luck. We're rooting for you. Good luck, Howard.
Hi, my name is Hawa Lasana, the founder of Backyard Farming Cooperative, a subsidiary of Discerning Eye Community Agriculture, or DECA. This is an agricultural zoning map of Lancaster County. These areas in green combined bring in over $1 billion a year just from growing fresh fruits and vegetables, something we're all capable of doing. But as you can see, Lancaster City is excluded from these sanctioned growing zones, and its residents excluded from the windfall, leaving our most at-risk communities financially vulnerable and subjected to low-quality, unhealthy food options. And who are our most vulnerable? How about 61% of Lancastrians living below the SNAP standard of 160% of the poverty rate? Or 52,000 food insecure residents here in Lancaster? Or 1 in 7 of your neighbors who must use our local food banks and are often given food that is high in sodium and sugar. So it's no wonder nutrient deficiency is one of the leading causes of heart disease. And heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the state of Pennsylvania. To me, this is unacceptable, especially when we have a choice. We can create agency here, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Backyard Farming Cooperative is my solution to the problems that families here in Lancaster and all over the world face. How do we create what we need to not just survive, but thrive? Through the sales of our MVP, a weekly vegetable delivery service, we're able to hyper-locally source each CSA from our downtown farm and our squad of paid backyard farmers. We deliver via bicycle healthy, convenient, and accessible food options to every downtown doorstep. Our network of urban farming advocates are here to show that we can choose how we create sustainability for ourselves, and we choose to work together. We've created a network of folks who are passionate about the city and giving back to their community, who share in the mission to guide, to cultivate abundant households and guide vulnerable communities towards sustainable growth. This inspired us to create a cooperative model for our business. A cooperative is a group of people united voluntarily to meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs through a jointly owned enterprise. And our enterprise is fresh food. The impact? When you spend your dollars with us, you create new participants in the hyperlocal food economy, you revitalize and make more efficient our outdoor spaces, you increase DECA's reach, and perpetuate the cooperative model of doing business, which is proven to revitalize communities who participate. For our non-commitment folks who want to try us on for change, we offer an affordable one-off CSA delivery. Or for the fresh foodies out there who are committed to creating benefit in their lives and the lives of others, we have a 24-week seasonal package deal. And for those of you who want to bring the work home, we offer garden maintenance services to bring the fresh produce experience to your backyard, all at an affordable rate. We predict 25% growth each year, leading us to year 4, having enough capital on hand to bring on 2 employees to help support our increased sales volume. In order to reach our break-even point at our current location and to hit our year 2 sales goals, we must sell 15 non-committed CSA shares, 6 full season shares, and 4 hours of garden maintenance a month. But this can't happen without you. We're here to amplify your voice and the values shared by our residents, the leadership of Lancaster, and the world, who stand united to eliminate hunger and provide fresh food for all, who fight against the injustices caused by food inequity, who believe that inclusion is better than exclusion, and who know that we all benefit when everybody has what they need to survive. My name is Howell Asana, and I'm here to help communities like Lancaster all over the world thrive.
Sally! Go Sally! Go Sally! We love you!
Hi, my name is Sally McCann-Tupper, and I'm the owner of Lancaster Vegan Cheese Company. And I started this company because I see that we have a problem, several problems, in fact. First, animal agriculture is responsible for 14.5% of world carbon emissions and uses 83% of farmland and 1/3 of the world's drinkable water to produce just 18% of calories. Second, 26% of Americans are lactose intolerant, and many more struggle with high cholesterol and low dietary fiber. Third, 150 billion animals, just like our cats and dogs, are killed each year by animal agriculture. That's about 19 times more than the number of humans on the planet right now. These problems may seem separate, but they're actually interconnected, and they come together to disproportionately affect Black, Indigenous, and other people of color via environmental racism and chronic health issues. Currently, 3% of Americans are vegan, and so many more would be, but they struggle with the reality of cutting animal products from their diets. Our aim is to make veganism feel like less of a sacrifice, so that people can focus less on the how of vegan eating and more on the why. After insisting for several years that I could never be a vegan because cheese, I went vegan in 2018. And for the first year, I went only 90% vegan because there were those things that felt so hard to give up. Fortunately, there was a thriving vegan community waiting for me in Lancaster with open arms, with a lot of opportunities to learn, advocate, and volunteer, and plenty of good places to eat vegan food, like restaurants and local grocery and market spots. I've now been a vegan for 3 years, and I've been cooking vegan with my partner for 5. And I have loved being part of various vegan celebrations and activism in Lancaster. My plan to make veganism accessible starts with cheese because it's a staple and it's hard to veganize in your own kitchen. Our starting lineup of cheeses substitute for a range of dairy cheeses that range from cooking use to snacking. And our Fantastic Four are brie, cheddar, mozzarella, and herbed mozzarella. Our business model is to sell these cheeses through other local businesses in order to reach customers that are already committed to shopping local. Local businesses then get to benefit because they have an exclusive product that's not available in chain supermarkets, and I get to spend my social media efforts directing people to them and increasing their traffic. We are currently the only local company producing vegan cheese for retail sale. There's one other regional vegan cheese company, but like most small vegan cheese companies, They produce cashew-based cheeses, which are not accessible to those with nut allergies and also tend not to melt and shred like dairy cheese. Our cheeses are soy milk and coconut oil based, so they cater to different food allergy needs, and they also melt and shred more like dairy cheese to be easy to use for those just starting to use plant-based cheese. Lancaster Vegan Cheese Company started operating in October 2020, and today we're selling through 8 respected local vendors, including Lemon Street Market, Green Circle Organics, Zootropolis, Lancaster Local Provisions, and 4 locations in Philly, including V Marks the Shop and Philly Foodworks. In February, averaging only 10 hours a week in the kitchen, we sold 229 pounds of cheese and brought in about $3,000 of revenue to hit our break-even point and continue the trajectory of growth that we've seen since we started operating in October. In the next year, we see so much room for growth that I have left my day job and am working full-time for the business in order to meet the demand that we're seeing. In order to sustainably pay me full-time, we need to sell 886 pounds of cheese per month and bring in a monthly revenue of $11,500 to pay me a living wage of $18 an hour. This increase in production will be fueled by me having more time in the kitchen, and this is only the first step in expanding our product line, bringing on new hires, and acquiring our own dedicated space. Our long-term vision is to become an employee-owned cooperative producing vegan goods, providing a values-driven livelihood, particularly to Black, Indigenous, and people of color, and the LGBTQIA+ community. As we grow, we see our impact as an expanding ripple effect. Our employee owners will benefit from agency, ownership, and a living wage from their workplace. And as veganism becomes more accessible, we can create a world where we could see a 70% decrease in carbon emissions, a reduction in the harm of environmental racism, an increase in human health, and so many animal lives saved. We hear all the time that people have never had vegan cheese like ours. Why not pick up a block from Lemon Street Market or Central Market, or give the vegan mozzarella sticks at Zootropolis a try? Let your favorite restaurant or grocery store know that you'd like to see our product there. And if you own a restaurant or grocery store, please be in touch. We would love to hear from you. Expand your experience of veganism and your awareness of the impact, and you might be surprised where you end up and just how good vegan cheese can be. Thank you.
When I was 20 years old, I purchased my first gym membership. I fell in love with the gym and all of the benefits that it offered me. What attracted me most were the group exercise classes. I loved the motivation and energy that came with working out alongside other women. But I started to realize that there was a lack of diversity in the classes that I would attend. And not only that, but as the gym membership fees began to rack up, I realized that this was not affordable nor sustainable for every person. For women with marginalized identities, walking into a gym setting can feel terrifying. And with the many health factors that highlight the need for women to stay healthy and active, let's face it, y'all, it does not take a rocket scientist to know that this is a problem. My name is Chelsea Christmas, and I'm the founder and owner of Fit City Women, where we're making fitness accessible to all women. In July of 2020, I became a certified personal trainer. And instead of opening up a gym, I created Fit City Women to help bridge the gap for women who have experienced the lack of diversity and affordability by partnering with women locally owned gyms to give these women the experience that they deserve. FCW offers virtual and in-person classes at an affordable rate for every budget. Currently, FCW is offering virtual classes at $5 per class, twice a week, averaging 5 women per class, and in-person classes, $10 per class, once a week, averaging 10 women per class. While I do host most of our classes, FCW also partners with other female trainers here in Lancaster to host our classes and events. FCW has also partnered with gyms like I Am Limitless and Tread House to provide the high-end gym experience at a more affordable rate. In addition, FCW has also partnered with CAP's Teen Elect program to be the guide toward healthy and whole living while balancing motherhood for teen moms. Our projected profit in year one is over $13,000 by offering 96 virtual classes and 144 in-person classes led by myself and other local trainers. With the growing community of FCW, our goal in year two is to double participation in both virtual and in-person classes, and to pay a part-time trainer to assist with the increase in volume in training sessions, giving us a projected revenue, a projected profit of over $20,000. In years 1 and 2, it is our goal to simply gain the trust and loyalty of our clients. In year 3, our FCW engagement will have tripled by increasing our fees slightly, by hosting more guest trainer sessions, and by paying our guest trainers a slight marketing fee, and by now introducing a membership model to those that are committed to FCW, we are projecting an increase in profits of over $30,000. By building community and offering pop-up training sessions to accommodate our target market, this sets us up to have a committed group of Fit City women. And by maintaining our low expenses, by year 5, we are predicting that we will have our own physical space as well as 3 full-time trainers. FCW has served over 300 women since launching in August of 2020 and has a following of almost 1,000 women via our Instagram page, where we are creating more impact by building community, offering encouragement, and providing opportunities for women to share their stories. We highlight women weekly by allowing them to take over our Instagram stories to share their individual journey toward healthy and whole living. We highlight women that are nutritionists, personal trainers, and women that are just beginning their journey, because we know that this journey is not one size fits all. And because of this, many women have been impacted by the stories that have been shared on our Instagram page. Here is just one of the many testimonies that has come from FCW. FCW has my best interest in mind. I feel the love and attention that is put into me as an individual that wants a lifestyle change. I have been impacted in so many ways, but the biggest one is that I feel like myself again. At our core, FCW believes that when she wins, we all win. Thank you.
Yes! That was amazing! Let's give it up for the final 5. That was amazing. While all the judges deliberate, it is your turn to decide now who you think should win. Here's the fun part. You get to vote. The winner of the audience vote receives $500 in cash, so you have a big responsibility here. I want you to think really, really hard and decide who you're going to vote for. You have it? Good. So we need you all to take out your phones, and you should already have them out from all the pictures you've been posting and all the donations you've been making to our Text to Give campaign. Text the word pitch to vote to 844-598-0006, or you could scan the QR code on your screen and follow the link to the audience vote poll. Select who you think should win, and we'll announce the winner in just a few minutes. While you're voting, let's check in with our judges to see how the deliberations are going.
All right, well, while our judges are making their final decisions, let's check in on how our Text to Give campaign is going. Wow, thank you so much for the generous gifts that you've been making. Your support will help us to continue to provide services to our local small businesses. We have fierce hope that we're turning a corner on this pandemic. So the Text to Give campaign will still be open all night, and we thank you in advance for helping to support all of our amazing small businesses. Thank you, everyone. Like I said, we'll keep this open all night, so if you haven't yet, please consider it a gift that will continue to help assets transform the community through ethical and inclusive business.
And now, let's welcome the final 5 to the stage.
All right, I have the envelope with the results. So final 5, are you ready?
Yes. And just a quick thank you again to everyone who made this evening possible, from our supporting volunteers, our entrepreneurs through the training process, the logistics of this event, and all the generous contributions towards the prize packages. All right, Tina, let's do this.
Let's do it. All right. So let's start with your vote, the audience vote. So the audience vote winner is Fit City Women, Chelsea. All right, so 5th place goes to Eden Environments, Elizabeth. Yay! All right, 4th place, Fundo Books, Lennon.
Congratulations, Lennon.
All right, 3rd place goes to Decca, Hawa.
Congratulations.
Yay. All right. 2nd place goes to the Lancaster Vegan Cheese Company, Sally.
Congratulations.
And that means that the 2021 Social Enterprise Pitch winner is Fit City Women, Chelsea. Congratulations.
You can cry. You can cry.
So thank you for attending, and thank you for your generosity this evening. Don't forget to go out and support these and all of the amazing small businesses in Lancaster. Thank you.
Let's keep dancing, guys.